Shokz OpenRun Pro 2 or Powerbeats Pro 2. These two solve the workout earbud problem in completely opposite ways. If you run outside or want to stay aware of traffic, the Powerbeats might seal you off too much. But if you train in a loud gym and want real bass and noise canceling, the open-ear Shokz can feel thin and exposed. Let's break it down.
Fit first, because if they don't stay put, nothing else matters. The Powerbeats Pro 2 use the classic ear hook design, and for most people, that hook locks the bud in place no matter what you're doing. Sprinting, jump rope, heavy lifting, they don't budge. There's a review I keep thinking about where someone tried to literally shake them out and almost gave themselves whiplash. That's the kind of security ear hooks give you. The catch, with glasses, they get crowded, and after a couple of hours, some folks report soreness behind the ear from the clamping force. Not everyone, but enough that it's a real pattern, and a smaller subset just can't get the in-ear part to seal without pressure pain. The Shokz OpenRun Pro 2 sidestep the problem entirely. Nothing goes in your ear canal. The wraparound band hooks behind the ears and sits on your cheekbones, and after 20 minutes, you forget you're wearing them. People who own them mention wearing them for full work shifts, even sleeping in the mini size. The trade-off is different. Lay your head back on a pillow or a car headrest, and the band shifts. Not painful, just there.
Real talk. For all-day comfort, Shokz wins easily. For locked-in fit during explosive movement, Powerbeats are the safer bet. Fit is the deal breaker, and these two solve it for two different people. Now, the bigger philosophical split. Awareness versus isolation.
The Shokz keep your ears completely open. You hear traffic, you hear the cyclist behind you, you hear your kid call from the next room. For running outside or cycling on roads, this is the whole point. The new dual driver setup does muffle ambient noise a touch more than the original bone conduction, but you're still miles more aware than with any sealed earbud.
The Powerbeats go the opposite direction. Active noise canceling that's solid but not class-leading. Better than the Beats Fit Pro, according to people who've owned both, not as strong as AirPods Pro 2 or Bose. In a noisy gym with clanging plates, ANC takes the edge off without erasing it. Transparency mode is genuinely good when you want to dip back into the world. If your training is indoor and you want to disappear into your playlist, this is the one. If you run on streets, the ANC becomes a liability, not a feature.
Sound. Here's where it gets interesting, because neither one is a slam dunk. The Shokz, for an open-ear design, sound shockingly good. The added air conduction speakers give you actual bass, not just the buzzy temple vibration thing older bone conduction had. The Guardian flat out said they addressed the bass deficiency that plagued the category. Boost the EQ in the app, and podcasts and most music sound full enough that you stop noticing the format. Limits exist. At high volume, there's some sound leakage, and they'll never match a sealed earbud for depth or immersion. The Powerbeats are more controversial. Apple actually pushed a firmware update because the launch sound was thin and tinny. There's a high-profile review that went from 1 star to 5 after that fix. Now it's solid. Warm bass, clean mids, spatial audio works well for the people who like it. But for $250 earbuds, plenty of reviewers still say competing buds sound better, and there's no custom EQ to tune them yourself. Both deliver. Powerbeats has more depth and bass impact when the seal is right. Shokz has the more impressive trick, making open ear actually listenable. Battery and charging is where Powerbeats flexes hard. Up to 10 hours per bud, 45 total with the case, wireless Qi charging, USB-C. The case got 33% smaller than the original, though it's still bigger than an AirPods case. The Shokz give you 12 hours straight from the headset itself with USB-C fast charging, but no case, no extra reserve. For a single workout or even a work day, 12 hours is plenty. For travel and multi-day trips without thinking about it, the Powerbeats system wins. On calls, the Shokz mic is the standout. Dual wind-resistant mics with noise reduction that genuinely impresses. People say it sounds like a handset. The Powerbeats are decent for quiet calls, but get described as garbled in wind or noise, which is a weird miss at this price. Controls and ecosystem both have proper physical buttons, no flaky touch nonsense, which active users always prefer. Powerbeats are deeply tied into Apple. Instant pairing, Find My, automatic switching, and the Beats app brings most of that to Android too. Shokz works equally on either side, with multi-point pairing for phone and laptop. If you're all in on iPhone, Powerbeats feel more native. Durability-wise, both are sweat-resistant, but in different ways. Powerbeats are IPX4, fine for sweat and light rain, not great for downpours. Shokz hit IP55, slightly better for dust and water spray. The Powerbeats heart rate sensor is the gym extra here. Works in a pinch, won't replace your watch, and there's a quirk where it can't always play music while sending heart rate to gym equipment. Useful, not essential. Price and value both sit in premium workout audio territory, with the Powerbeats commanding higher tag and the Shokz coming in a bit lower. The Powerbeats tend to drop more aggressively during sales events. The Shokz hold their price steadier, but show up discounted around major shopping windows. What you're paying for is genuinely different. Powerbeats, ANC, heart rate, Apple integration, longer total battery with the case. Shokz, open-ear safety, all-day comfort, top-tier mic, simpler one-piece design. The premium only makes sense if you'll actually use what each one specializes in.
Here's the call. There's no single winner, and I won't fake it. These two solve different problems for different people, so your use case decides. If you run outside, cycle on roads, or take a lot of calls, the Shokz OpenRun Pro 2. Awareness, comfort, and that mic make it the obvious one. If your training lives indoors, in a loud gym, and you want ANC with real bass impact, the Powerbeats Pro 2 earhooks lock in and isolate. The Powerbeats tend to drop more during big sales, so if budget matters, wait for one of those windows. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Links below in the description.